you haven't already known that, the 10,000 times I've said it. So how are you guys doing? Still going strong? How many people are here today for the first day? You guys have all, so you guys are lifers. So except for you, that's okay. We're going to induct you into the fold. It'll be good. Oh, and I have sugar too. I am, we just got back. This is my second Starbucks fix of the day. I'm addicted to it. So, I'm having an awesome time. I'm back out over here. I'm hoping to see a little bit of things going on out over this way. I know you guys know me. Come on in, folks. Come in, sit down. Don't make me feel like I'm rushing you. So you guys know, I know a lot of you guys know me from Slayers. We're going to have a Slayers panel later. Exciting to have Eric, Veronica, and I all together. It's going to be very cool. You guys also know from Sonic, stuff we've done on Poke, and a lot of stuff over time. I know you look absolutely gorgeous. Even though I'll be taking a photo later. Don't get, that was a weird way to say it. It's true, we will, because I like it. And anybody, I've been kidnapping people dressed as Pikachu to have pictures by the giant Pikachu, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna open it up to questions, but you guys know it's been really fun hanging out over here. You guys all know, you know, from a lot of the voice stuff that I've done. I don't know if you guys know that for the past bit of time, I started directing, and I also produce and do some stuff. I work with Tom Whaling on Pokemon for a lot of things right now, which I also do Oshawott and do a lot of other things. So if you guys have any questions about anything at all, just open it up and then I'll tell you some fun stories. So any questions first off? We'll start with that. Yes?
Last year you talked about a voice trainer.
A voice trainer? Yes, it was the Voice Trainer 65A2000. It's a machine that when you go in, you work your voice out about 2 hours a day. And by the end of it, you come out with, no, it's not like that. But yes, actually, is there a mic here? Hold on. Hello? Hello? Wow. Oh my God, I can totally talk to myself. That would be really weird. Okay, here we go. Do me a favor, come up, you have a question?
Just grab this so I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm making you stand. Come on. Come on. Because I couldn't hear you.
Last year?
Obviously, we both need the Voice Trainer 2000.
Last year I was here and I asked you a question about a voice trainer.
Okay,
And,
like a coach?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was wondering if you could talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Get us back. You look like you might steal. I'm just saying, no. It's that weird unlit cigarette hanging out of your mouth. How many of you guys who are in here have wanted or thought about doing voice acting? Okay, very cool. Very cool. How many of you guys live near major cities? Who have thought about that? Only you. That's why you came here like, I gotta be here one day. I got it all under wraps. There's quite a few people who actually do voice training. This is one of the things. Tom, myself, we have done that. If you guys know Dan Green, who does a lot of stuff, Dan Green has also, he does classes as well. Very awesome, cool guy. But there's a lot of places. I was talking to someone actually earlier today who was talking about voice training classes in her town. They wanted to come out, and it was a workshop, and they wanted to do like, they were charging like $3,000 or something. Please don't do that. And I say that in all honesty, because one-on-one time with someone who's a pro or who's a professional and can kind of tell you what you're doing, or taking acting, or taking theater classes, or getting yourself a microphone, there's plenty of programs that are free, and there's plenty of stuff that you can do, and actually sitting down, recording yourself, and listening to it. That's really great. Anyone who's going to charge you a huge sum of money, and you're not getting one-on-one time, and you're not able to work, record, or do things like that, you don't want to go near that. That's like a college credit, or a trip to Japan. So go to Japan instead. That's my advice. But as far as classes, has anybody ever taken any voice classes or theater classes? Very cool. You guys dug it. Do you guys know, I mean, I know I've told the story and I have my demo thing in there about the whole car thing, but do you guys know how I got started? Do you guys know? Okay. I like to tell the story of how I got started in anime like this. My brother stole my car. Okay? Yeah, no, it was a life of crime, led to it. But my brother stole my car. At the time, I was in college, and I was a theater major. And my brother, I came home for a semester, I actually had mono. And my brother was like, hey man, can I borrow your car? I'm like, don't borrow my car, my battery is dead. I'm like, that would be really crazy. I go to sleep, I wake up and my car is gone. And my brother, they were all like old school, like serious, like anime, like you do not listen to anything English. Okay, this is important to the story. So we're going through, I walk outside, my car is gone, I start calling everybody else, and I'm like, dude, do you guys know where my car is? Jeremy totally took my car. Yes, and his name is Jeremy, and if you ever see him, you can like, whatever you want to do, either hit him or shake his hand. Because he's the reason I'm here. So, steal my car, I meet my friend Rob, who at the time is interning at a company that's called Central Park Media. Now, Central Park Media now is no longer around, but they did a lot of stuff, including one of my first titles, which was Record of Lotus War, and then slowly into Slayer, before everything happened. So we wound up driving around trying to find my car because I got a phone call that's like, hey, Lise. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where's my car? It's like, do you know your car doesn't work? Your battery's totally dead. I'm like, yeah, that's why I said don't take my car. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's at George's. Hangs up. I'm like, who's George? And why does he have my car? So it became a journey to find George, to find the car. As I'm going through there, I meet my friend Rob, and he starts talking to me about this audition he has. He's like, I need to find people who might be interested in doing voice work. Do you know anybody? And I'm like, it's only what I'm going to school for. I'm only a theater major. And that was one of the things that happened. We wound up going over there. They called me in for an audition. It was my first audition, which was Record of Lotus War. I wound up booking the main role in it, which was Diva. The reason why I bring up this story is because I know there's a lot of people who are like, I want to become a voice actor, I want to do this. One of the reasons why I don't have a traditional thing, there's a lot of other people who had gone in straight from auditions and had done things like that, but a lot of us have non-traditional starts. I started as a theater person. I was trained in acting, I was trained on stage, and I brought that to being a voice actor when I started. It was just a moment I went in, and I literally had done nothing as a child except watch cartoons and imitate them. Okay, how many people have watched cartoons and imitated them? Okay, good, you're all in. But I think it's really important if you're thinking about doing it or if you're thinking about taking classes, is that A, take acting classes. A fabulous voice is nothing without being able to use it. And you want to be able to use it. There's a lot of people who, Tom and I will get demos from people who, it's totally cool, you made it at home, you made it in your basement, you made it in your bathroom, I don't care, that's weird, but it's okay. You guys don't think it's weird that people might make a demo in their bathroom. I'm a little concerned about them. There was a lot of quiet there. You were like, what? I made mine in the bathroom.
Good acoustics.
Yeah, good acoustics, it's true. But one of the things you want to make sure that you're doing is being trained. Voice acting, the largest part of that. The first part is voice. You can have a cool voice, but the second part is acting. Make sure you're trained, being on stage, knowing what you do. People don't think about it, but it's actually a very physical thing. The guys, a lot of the guys from Texas and stuff make fun of me because if you guys have ever been to like the Ask Your Favorite Anime thing, like they'll laugh at me because whenever I switch into a voice, my whole body goes into it, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Oh my God, fun! You know, but I'll do the whole physicalization of it. Everybody has different ways of doing it, but it's actually a very physical thing. But if you're going to take a class with somebody, I do still to this day take acting classes. I do take classes with coaches. There's different kinds of stuff. Animation is very different than commercial, it's very different than other stuff like that, but you want to find somebody who's working, you want to find somebody who's doing that, and you want to be able to find someone you can work one-on-one with. And if you're going to do a demo with them, it's better if you work with somebody who's going to prepare material or do something for you specifically. Because if there's like 8 or 10 people who have the same thing coming out, it's not showing you in your best light. So does that answer your question in a long-winded, roundabout way? Okay, good, because that's what I'm going for. I'm not going for straight. I'm going for roundabout, long-winded kind of things. Do you have any other questions? Questions? Yes?
Did you say Tom Welling?
Tom Whalen. Whalen. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's been a guest at a lot of other cons too. He's done stuff for years. He's a good guy. But yeah, we work together in the studio. Are there, yes?
What was,
Yeah? I might make you take this. I'm taking the mic.
Take the mic.
I would throw it at people, but it's not my ear. So yes.
Okay, this is kind of a, it's not on.
It's not on, but I don't really give it for people to be able to hear you. I just like to watch people hold mics. It's like a hobby. Yeah.
You're telling me to turn it on in a roundabout, long-winded way.
Yeah, exactly. That's my goal today. It's roundabout, long-winded. That's where we're working. Yes.
I love you.
Oh, look, it's on. You're awesome. Woo!
Cheers for the on mic.
What's your question?
I wanted to know the your favorite moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Slayers, because those are where my favorite credits of yours come from.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
I will. I will tell you, in the show, there's a bunch of different things. You can stand, relax, sit down. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually very, very cool. Wayne Grayson and I, who plays my brother Joey, he and I are actually good friends. After a while, every time he sees me, he's like, hey, it's my sister, Serenity. And I'm like, hey, Joey, what's up? And we say that every time we meet. Every day, even if it's out on the street or over pizza. It's a really weird life. But one of my, some of my favorites, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of good stuff that's going there, but some of the favorite stuff that I've had actually has happened outside of hanging out with some of the people. We don't all, a lot of the guys have not met each other, you know, like, and you'll find out anybody who's coming to the Slayers panel later, it was a while before I actually met Eric Stewart or Veronica. We had been working together, and it was one of those things where they walked in, and you're like, you hear them talk, and you're like, I know you. That's how we recognize each other. We hear each other, and then we're like, I don't know what you look like. But I'm like, hey, I know your voice, I remember you, you were so-and-so in this. There's a lot of fun stuff that we did, you know, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! And things like that, but Slayers, I mean, one of the coolest moments in Slayers, and I don't want to talk too much about it because we're going to talk about this at the panel, was when we found out that we were doing the next round of stuff. That when we found out that we were doing evolution, stuff like that, like, literally, I remember Veronica coming up to me and being like, did you hear? Is it real? Is it true? Do we get to do it again? That's so awesome. So there's stuff like that. I have more Pokemon stuff. I've stabbed myself in the booth. I've done other things, like with a pencil. I'm a great, like, I move around when I do things, and some of the booths are larger than others, so there's like smaller sessions, and once I'm holding a pencil doing notes and going out like this, doing something, and I stabbed myself in the hand. I bled from my heart. It's really serious. Yeah, I don't feel free to clap. It makes me feel better about the fact that they're but yeah, and you meet like hanging out with Dan or doing stuff like that backstage and being able to record that. One of the things that I would always there's been a few shows that I worked on Wings Club before it was on. Now it's on Nick. We worked on it. A couple of you came around with the DVDs of it. And one of the cool things about that was being able to record at some points with the entire cast, or at least many of the girls, like doing ADR, which is a little bit. We usually do ADR, which is the dialogue replacement. but actually doing prelay where you get to like do whatever you want to and kind of talk, that's a good time. Like they're both fun, but that's very good. We'll talk more about the Slayer stuff later. But yes.